I promised you we would see King George V again, but I can't say I expected it to be so soon. KGV is appearing here in a Tier 6, 7, and 8 random battle. King George V, along with Rodney, were the two capital ships responsible for damaging Bismarck to the point she was sinking and finished off by the Dorsetshire. KGV went on to distinguished service in the invasion of Sicily and the Italian campaign. After the end of the war in Europe, KGV was sent to the Pacific to help fight the Japanese. She was part of the Okinawa campaign, and then she was present in Tokyo Bay for the signing of the Japanese surrender to end World War II. King George V, a proud and distinguished ship from a nation known for their strong naval history. Let's hope I can do her justice in this battle. All right, we are out in the KGV, King George V. We are in a Tier 6, 7, 8 random battle on the Trap map. So mid-tier with 1 submarine, 4 destroyers, 4 cruisers, and 3 battleships on each team.
Hands to action stations.
All right, we have started over near the Alpha Cap, way down on the southwestern corner, so kind of an awkward setup here. I'll be getting jammed up with the border because I want to try to work the flank as best as I can. But KGV works best as a mid to long range battleship. She's not extreme long range, not like the... Oh, somebody's playing games here. Anyway, not like the Japanese and some of the American battleships that can shoot well over 22, 23 kilometers. I am limited to just about 19 kilometers, or maybe even slightly under that, unless I put my spotter plane up. But I'm not a brawler. Don't have enough armor here to stand up in a brawling situation. What I like to do is start fires. Now, if you saw my other videos on grinding out the British battleships, I just got KGV about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I have been enjoying her. Alright, I might throw a shot up there at that Nuremberg, but everybody's going to. Silly guy, he's just sailing straight. Nurembergs have to dodge. They're so easy to kill.
Spotter airborne. Enemy cruiser detected.
Okay, looks like the trend of the enemy is to be moving over toward my flank. Yep, Nuremberg is down. Umahari did the job. Of course, Umahari is a big Tier 8 battleship, Japanese battleship, throwing very large shells for this tier at a poor little Tier 6 German cruiser. Alright, so the Mets, one of the experimental ships, they start out at only half health on purpose. It allows them to choose. Do they want to work up the health pool and use the heal, or do they want to take advantage of adrenaline rush, one of the captain's skills, allowing them to have a faster firing rate. They have very hard-hitting shells for a cruiser, and so it isn't safe for me to sit broadside to one, but I definitely want to be taking some shots at this one. At this angle, I'm the only one who really can. Okay, he's pulling forward, but he's not pulling out.
Returning to ship.
Ooh, that's an awkward feeling. There, okay, lit a fire on him. I bet he doesn't let that run for long. I'm turning in and trying to throw his aim off. And I did. People don't expect a battleship to be this nimble. KGV, along with the module that I have, is quite nimble. There's another fire. Okay, Metz is not happy. Alright, he's going to throw those shells a little closer, so I'm turning right in. Still didn't do any damage to me, or minimal. Alright, I'd really like to get one more fire. He's trying to back up and disappear.
Enemy cruiser detected.
Not that time.
There's a slim chance we may actually win this.
Oh, don't you love my captain?
Enemy
Oh,
battleship
we
sighted.
got him. Okay.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
I don't really care for those experimental ships. I don't use them myself.
Detected.
But that's something that Wargaming is trying out. Okay, there's another fire. The Shores is quite the famous fire starter himself, and he's going down.
Detected.
Oh, good. Okay, well, I finished the job. Pretty lightly built cruiser anyway. But somebody else smacked him. I finished him. Alright, now we're going to try to get turned. Always awkward when you're stuck here in the border. Sometimes you actually get stuck in the border, so you have to go full speed and keep turning. In the meantime, somebody has me spotted, so I'm assuming they're going to be torpedoes or something coming my way. There are 2 DDs and the submarine over here, and oh, I missed. Didn't think I was going to. It looked like it was on target. Let's try that again. Now that's one. I think I threw it a little too high. Oh, got one. It's lit a fire. Go figure. You have to watch my video on RNG to understand what just happened there, I guess. Lit another fire, too. Okay, come on. Let's finish the job. If somebody else doesn't, I'm going to. There, okay. Goodbye, Z.
Destroyer sunk.
Okay, we are well ahead. Oh, thank you, Jingles. We're winning. Try not to do anything stupid. He's talking to me. We are well in the lead. 6 of their ships are down.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Okay, I am broadside to the Dunham and Nagato. I don't think Nagato's shooting at me. The Dunham
Enemy submarine
doesn't have the heavy, hard-hitting shells, I guess, 'cause those didn't do much.
sighted. Torpedoes astern.
Whoops,
Fire,
there's
fire.
the submarine.
Torpedoes astern.
Drop some depth charges on him, dodging those torps. Ooh,
Torpedoes
good.
astern. Torpedoes to port.
Okay, cause flooding. Nice hits on him.
Standing by for instructions. Over.
Oh, Okay, so the submarine is down. We lost our Akazuki, but we're still well ahead. We're watching a replay, so the score is backwards. Up the top, we are 708 points and counting to their 111. We have 2 caps. Most of our team is way, way over on the northeastern side of things, working their way over this way. There are 4 of us over here, though: Yarsveld, the De Grasse, the Yumahari, and me. So I don't think we're going to have any trouble holding our own here. Okay, I'd like to get a fire going. And I did. Okay, but we lost our De Grasse. It is tough being a Tier 6 cruiser in a Tier 8 match. Oh, good. Okay. Burned him down. The thing that KGV does is I light fires, and then while they're burning, I can light fires on somebody else, then come back and light another fire on the first guy. If he puts his fire out early, then I light another one. It's going to sit there and burn and burn and burn. And I think that was what happened there. Sometimes players put their fires out too quickly, but when there's a British battleship around, you just got to expect you're going to get lit on fire. There went the Yarsveld. Now it's just Yumahari and me. We're kind of outnumbered now. Okay, but Yumahari got that Endracht, the Dutch cruiser that throws out the parachute bombs. And I have a Mahan in front of me, and there he is. Now there are going to be torps coming. So I'm going to head fake him, helping to get my guns around, but he's going to be throwing some torps.
Teammate, I need your support.
Okay. One good blast here. Now let my secondaries work on him for a bit. Be throwing the torps. I will take a couple. There, got him. And a Kraken.
Enemy destroyers.
And running my heel. I can out-heal those torps. Okay, and that finished it. Well, my goodness, that was just the quietest Kraken you could imagine. It didn't seem like I was really doing a whole lot, and in the whole scheme of things, I really wasn't. I only did 64,000 in damage, and I only hit 37 main battery shells, 31 of them actually doing damage, but I did start 9 fires, and I did some damage to that submarine, and I got 5 kills. So I helped out, though a couple of those kills, I think they were going to go down by somebody else's hand if I hadn't. So one of the things that I've started taking a look at is the matchmaking monitor. Let's take a quick look at that. And I don't spend a lot of time on people's stats. I am more interested in the average accounts for each team. So our win rate was 51.33% for my team. The other team was 51.24. But here was the difference maker. This guy here, both of them were well over 60%. And they have loads of battles on their accounts. On the other team, they had no purple guys, and their average battles was 3,481 average battles fought on their accounts compared to ours, almost 11,000. So that's a huge difference in experience right there. Okay, so without getting into anything else on the stats, I'm not looking to stat shame anybody or make a big deal of stats, but stats do stay part of the story. And so I look at them, and sometimes it tells me who I am in the most danger from on the opposing team. And you kind of need to know about that too. But you still have to fight the battle. No matter who's on your team or who's on the other team, you still have to fight the battle. And stats, while they do tell part of the story, they don't tell it all, do they? All right. Well, I got to number 2 spot with 1,856 base XP. The Mashiro in the Yumahari took the top spot by quite a bit, so we should comp him. He almost got a Kraken. I honestly hope I didn't steal one from him. In terms of potential damage, a little over 600,000, so they were shooting at me some. It just wasn't anything that was doing anything serious to me, so it worked out pretty well. And I picked up, pretty nice haul, over 347,000 in credits, 1,659 in free XP, 1,555 in elite commander XP, with 31,000 in commander XP for Captain Jingles, the mighty Jingles. He's a character that you can see on YouTube. He used to be a World Warships community contributor, a CC, but there were some problems back a couple years ago, and a whole bunch of them just up and left, and he was one of them. However, he still does a lot, and he's funny. Anyway, I only have him to 12 points, and I have gun feeder because I oftentimes want to switch shells. Usually I will leave HE on, but every once in a while somebody will present a nice broadside to me. They think that's all I'm going to do is throw HE. And a lot of British battleships, that's all they do because it works well. And then I can switch to AP and show them that my AP can do some damage too. That demolition expert helps me light fires, and I light a lot in the KGV. Grease the gears because my turrets are pretty slow at turning, and I out-turn them with my ship, which can be a bit awkward sometimes. And then I run an adrenaline rush so that I get a faster reload as my HP goes down. And then I run concealment expert so that I can cut my detection down to 12.7. It's still not great, but it's a lot better than it was. And then I want to let those points build up, and the next thing I want to do is get emergency repair expert, I think, for extra heal and a little bit more time on that heal so I get more of it done. Because the British battleships' claim to fame is the massive heal that they get. Even though I don't get the super heal that I will get in tier 8s, 9, and 10, it is still a really good heal. And that's pulled my bacon out of the fire a couple of times in KGV already. Anyway, I have the standard setup on here, main armaments mod 1, and damage control systems mod 1, then the aiming systems mod 1, and lastly steering gears mod 1, which I take over having the damage control systems mod 2 because I do like to be able to dodge, and that helped me I avoided torps. I can sometimes throw off aircraft attack runs and things like that. Throw off long range shells being thrown at me by enemy battleships, and it helps a lot. And then the flags are the standard set of flags that I tend to run for battleships. Charlie Kilos, India Yankees put out the fires a little quicker. Juliet Yankee Bissell 2s to put out any flooding. Hotel Yankee just in case I have to get into a ramming situation. And India Rex Rays to light more fires. Mike Yankee Soxy 6 to help my secondaries out, which I think that's what ended up taking down that Mahan. And then the November Echo SETI 7s, if I have aircraft, that helps me shoot them down. And then the India Delta makes my heel even more effective. All right, so I would say that was a very quiet battle. It was a decent one, not one of the best I've had in KGV, even though this is her first Kraken. I have had uh, I've had much higher damage numbers, lighting those fires, and much higher XP numbers. But a Kraken is still one of those special situations, and so that did, by the way, going back here, didn't get her the Battle E, but it did get first grade efficiency badge. So that still shows that she fought better than 95% of the other King George V that were out there fighting. All right, well, let's call an end to that one. So I wish you all a good evening, and I hope to see you in battle.